Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video I will be explaining about the types of pattern in metal casting. From previous videos we are already familiar to the pattern. So what is pattern? Pattern is the replica of the original product which we are going to make through the metal casting process. So pattern is the replica of the original product. So this pattern can be different types in metal casting. So here these are the types, the important types of patterns. First one is single piece or solid pattern, split or multi-piece pattern, loose piece pattern, match plate pattern, cope and drag pattern, gated pattern, sweep pattern, skeleton pattern, segmental pattern, followboard pattern and cell pattern. These are the most important types of pattern. Let's now discuss them one by one. First one is solid pattern, that is called solid or one piece or single piece pattern. So this is very simple in construction and it is only made of one piece. It can be metal, it can be wood, it can be plastic, whatever we want to make for casting. So here we can see this is the single piece or solid pattern. We can see that this is the very simplest part of the pattern and this pattern is used to create very simple metal casting process. So here we are getting very simple construction type casting product. Second one is split pattern or multi-piece pattern or two-piece pattern, whatever we can say. The pattern is divided into two halves along a parting line. This makes removal easy for complex shapes and reduces damage to the mold. So here in this figure we can see this is the pattern and this pattern has two piece, one piece and the other piece. Sometimes it consists of more than two parts for very complicated casting. So if the casting is very complicated, so there can be one more piece of the pattern. So this pattern can be called split pattern or multi-piece pattern. This pattern is called two-piece pattern because the pattern have only two pieces. So this is the split pattern when very complex shapes are created using molding process. This pattern is used. The next one is loose piece pattern. So we are using pattern, that pattern has loose pieces attached with it. So some parts of the pattern are detachable and removed after the main body. It is used when the casting has undercuts or projections. So in this figure we can see this is the pattern, this is the main pattern, this is the main pattern and here we can see triangular portion here and here. These are the loose pieces. So this is the main pattern and loose pieces are attached to it. So that's why this is called loose piece pattern. So when the one piece pattern is very complicated or impossible to remove from the molding box, only when the loose pieces are used in pattern and that pattern is called loose piece pattern. The next is match plate pattern. So both halves of the pattern are mounted on opposite sides of a single plate along with the gating system. So here we can see this is the casting. We will create the product like this. So this is the pattern, this is one piece and this is another piece. These are the replica of the each other. So this one and this one are similar in shape and size. So it is widely used for mass production and machine molding. So this is the plate and the opposite sides of the both plates are same. That's why it is called match plate pattern. Next one is the cope and drag pattern. The cope and drag hubs are fixed on two separate plates. This gives better alignment and is suitable for large scale production. So when we are creating very big size of casting, so this pattern is used, cope and drag pattern. So when we are creating the molding process or when we are doing the molding process, the cope portion of the pattern or the cavity in the cope portion is created separately, and also the cavity in the drag portion is created separately, because the size of the casting is heavy, so one person can't handle it. That's why the cope and drag portion is created separately, and after the casting process is done, the cope and drag portion is joined using any joining process. That's why you get the single piece of the product. So in this figure we can see this is the pattern and this is the cope portion, this is the drag portion. Here we can see this is the cope and this is the drag. So cope, the cope of the pattern goes into the cope portion of the molding box, and drag of the pattern goes into the drag portion of the molding box. This is the cope and drag pattern. So this is used mainly for large scale production and when the product is very heavy. Next is gated pattern. So what is gated pattern? Several patterns are connected by a common runner and gate system. So in this figure we can see these are the patterns, this one, this one, this one, this one, this and this, these are the patterns. So here we can see multiple pattern in one figure, and the pattern are connected to each other with a common runner and common gate. When we are pouring molten metal into this pouring basin, the molten metal goes through this runner, and by the help of the gate, the molten metal goes through to the each cavity and fills the cavity with the molten metal. So with the help of this single pouring basin, we are creating multiple product in a very short time. So that's why it is called gated pattern. It allows multiple castings to be produced in a single mold. So in a single mold we are creating multiple products, and the single gate is connected to the multiple patterns. It is called gated pattern. So it is also used for mass production. Next is sweep pattern. So this is the figure of sweep pattern. A wooden or metal template is rotated about an axis to form the mold cavity. So when we are creating a very large size of casting, we are using sweep pattern. Sweep pattern is nothing but very simple. This is the on board, cardboard, or it can be metal board. Simply it is one shape of the board. The board is created using wood or plastic or metal. So this is the on board, this is the board, thin board, and the board is connected to a rod. This is called spindle, and this is the molding box. Molding box is filled with molding sand, and the spindle is inserted into the molding box along with this board, and when the spindle is rotated, the plate will or the board will create a hollow portion about the shape of the board, and the shape is like this, and shape will be like this. So here we are creating, this will be circular in cross section. If we take the top view, this will be circular in cross section. It should be like this, and by the help of the single board we are creating a hollow cavity. So it is used for large symmetrical castings like pipes and tanks. So this is very simple pattern, but it is creating a complicated shape, and the shape is symmetric and large, very large. So we are saving very large amount of pattern material using this sweep pattern. So simply this is the spindle and this is the board. We are rotating like this, we are rotating like this, and we are rotating like this, and we are getting a hollow portion of the mold cavity, and we are creating the desired shape of casting. Next is the skeleton pattern. So it is an open framework representing the shape of the casting. The mold cavity is formed by filling sand around it and finishing by hand. So if we want to create very large amount of casting, then we need very large amount of pattern of that shape. But that's why we need very large amount of pattern material, and it will be wastage of the pattern material. That's why we are creating a hollow framework, open framework of rib. This is the rib. This is the rib. By the rib we are creating framework, and it can be any kind of shape. The shape can be circular, the shape can be rectangular, and after creating the framework we are filling the framework with loam sand. After filling the loam sand, we are striking the loam sand on the surfaces with the use of stickle board, and after finishing we are using this like as a pattern, and by this we are creating a hollow cavity into the molding box, and we are using in the molding process. So this is skeleton pattern. It is like skeleton, so that's why it is called skeleton pattern. The next is segmental pattern. So only a segment of a circular pattern is used repeatedly to complete the mold. It is economical for large circular castings like wheels and pulleys. Suppose we are going to create a wheel. Wheel is like this. If we want to create the wheel, we need the pattern like the shape of the wheel, circular one, and the material which be huge amount of pattern material. But we are not using like this pattern. We have segmented in multiple steps, and we are creating this portion, only this portion like this. This portion is like this, only this portion, only this segment, and it is connected to a pivot, and the pivot is rotated. Firstly, we take the impression on the molding sand in this way, then it is rotated and it is created here, and after created here, here and here and here and here, and it is thus gets the shape of the wheel. By this segment only, we are creating this huge amount of hollow portion using this segment only, using the very little amount of pattern material. So this is the segmental pattern. So only a segment of a circular pattern is used repeatedly to complete the mold. So this is the segmental pattern. The segment of a product is used to create the mold cavity. That's why it is called segmental pattern. The next one is follow board pattern. So a board supports weak or thin patterns during molding. It prevents damage and helps maintain correct shape. So in this figure we can see this is the pattern and this is the follow board. So this is very thin. This is very thin, and this will be very weak because it is very thin. So this will be very weak. So when we want to get cavity using this pattern, we will place into the molding box, into the molding sand, and we will press against the pattern so it can break. So that's why we have supported with the red color, that is called follow board, and it will goes into the molding box along with the pattern, and after that we will get this kind of shape, and this will be filled with the molten metal, and we will get the casting product. So this is the pattern and this is the follow board, and the follow board is used to create, or it is used to save the pattern from breaking. That's why it is called follow board, because the board is always following the pattern. That's why it is called follow board pattern. So a board supports weak or thin patterns during molding. So it is supporting the pattern, weak and thin pattern during molding process. That's why it is called follow board pattern. The next and last one is cell pattern. So what is cell pattern? It is a follow pattern made of thin material instead of a solid block. So the pattern is like hollow pattern. It is not solid block. This reduces weight and cost for large castings. It is also savings the pattern materials because it is hollow inside. So this one is pattern, and this is placed into the molding box and created mold cavity. Now after creating mold cavity, this portion is filled with the molten metal, and after solidification we get the perfect casting product. So this is cell pattern. The cell is created using the pattern. That's why it is called cell pattern. So in this video I have discussed about the different types of pattern used in molding process. Hope this video was useful for you. Thank you for watching this video. For more updates, subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon.